Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. As most of you already know, I am the Light Up Tutor, and this is the Light Up Hub, the only channel you need for GCSE English. Now today's video I am super excited by because this person is probably my favourite character across all of the texts. It is of course the barbaric, the tyrannical Lady Macbeth. And today we'll be going through my 5 best quotes for Lady Macbeth and how I think you can utilise them to up-level your essays. Of course, as usual, all of this content is directly come from the Light Up Hub, which is an online platform that has every single thing you can need on it for GCSE English, grade 9 analysis, key quotes, theme tables, context sheets, you name it. Everything. Not to mention in 2023, 91% of our students increased by 1 to 5 plus grades. So they either increased by 1 grade, 2 grades, 3 grades, 4 grades, 5 grades, some even 6 grades for literature. Okay, let's get into the video then. So get your pen, get relaxed, and let's start revising. Okay, so the first quote I'm gonna kick it off with is a firm favorite of mine. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. This is in Act 1, and this introduces the key theme of appearance versus reality. In this quote here, she is talking about looking like a flower, connoting that innocence and vulnerability. She's trying to adhere to what a typical female is presented at the time. Yet, she's saying be the serpent under it. So again, serpent, having those biblical allusions to hell and temptation with Adam and Eve. Therefore, she is showing that she's going to use her external appearance as a woman, which is weak, alike to a flower, yet her internal nature is alike to a serpent, malevolent, devilish, and definitely barbaric. You can also reference how Macbeth begins to embody the theme of appearance versus reality later on in the play in about Act 3, and how of course he is emulating, so mimicking, mirroring, Lady Macbeth's embodiment of this in Act 1. My second quote that I absolutely love of Lady Macbeth is, dashed the brains out. We all know this quote, Lady Macbeth speaking about how if she had promised Macbeth that she would basically kill her newborn baby, she would. That is another one of her tools and persuasive tactics for him to commit regicide, which is killing of the king. And of course, dash the brains speaks about a key theme of masculinity. So it's a really key theme of masculinity within the play and how it is subverted, so almost like contorted and changed, and particularly how that is done by Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth is an atypical woman at the time. Atypical means she is not typical, she is not like the normal woman. She is atypical because she actually yearns, so she wants, to embody these masculine characteristics. Because she knows that being masculine is synonymous, so closely linked, with power. Hence, she tries to remove herself from any associations with femininity. And of course, at the time, the closest association to femininity a woman would have is her being a mother. Therefore, that is why she's rejecting it, and through a violent image of dashing the brains of her unborn child to show how she is so disassociated with this feminine expectation and therefore embodies these masculine traits. That is an Act 1 quote as well. And the third quote I have is, come thick night. Now again, this is in Act 1, and this reinforces the idea of her trying to strip herself of her femininity because she knows it's synonymous with weakness and masculinity is synonymous with power. But we're not actually going to link this quote to gender or masculinity. We are going to link it to the key theme of the supernatural. Now you're thinking, how does this even link to the supernatural? It links to the supernatural because Lady Macbeth is calling upon these external spirits, these supernatural spirits, to bring her this darkness, to strip her of her femininity. She's calling upon supernatural powers to do that. And this is ironic because in Act 5, she is trying to find the light again. When she is sleepwalking and hallucinating, she's trying to see the light because she's cast so much darkness upon herself. She's asked for these malevolent supernatural powers, and now she can't reverse what's happened to her. So therefore, this quote actually foreshadows the consequences of being involved with the supernatural and wanting to be involved with these supernatural malevolent powers. Just as it destroys Macbeth's mental state, it first destroys Lady Macbeth's mental state. So you can talk about it and the examiner or teacher is going to be so impressed when you're linking it to how it foreshadows the consequences of the supernatural, because she's called upon these spirits. And of course, in the end, she becomes so mentally fragmented and weak. She is no longer the person she once was. And the fourth quote is a quote from Act 3. And it is, "Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it." So this quote comes straight after Lady Macbeth is talking to Macbeth and saying how she would have killed King Duncan, so she would have committed regicide, killing of the king, if King Duncan hadn't resembled her father. We of course know this is a lie, but she's trying to put on this brave and masculine facade, so almost like a mask, to try and pretend that she is not actually fearful of the repercussions of regicide, because she knows deep down that it is wrong. So this quote actually exposes her inner cowardice. So she is actually internally a coward. And no matter how much she tries to rid herself of her femininity, how much she tries to stop the access and passage to remorse, that's another quote, she is still constrained and restricted by her femininity. She is restricted by emotion, by remorse, by guilt, and she cannot rid herself of it, even if she tries to pretend she can. So she actually puts down her lack of committing regicide to patricide. Regicide, patricide, I know they sound very similar, but regicide is killing the king, patricide is killing her father. So she tries to pretend that patricide is the reason why she doesn't commit regicide. And then my fifth quote is actually from Act 5, which is the last act that we see Lady Macbeth in, and this is when she is sleepwalking. So this is actually a stage direction, it's not a quote, but you can still utilize it in the same way. So when we put in stage directions, we put them in square brackets, not quote marks. So the stage direction is, enters with a taper. Now a taper is just a candle, but this links back really nicely to the quote, "Come thick night," and the fact that Lady Macbeth is holding this candle, this taper, and it actually signifies her need and want for light. She's clinging on to some form of hope that she can be granted redemption and salvation for her sins. She wants to be cleansed of her sins. She wants to be forgiven by God. Hence why she's holding that light. That is symbolic of her hope she can be cleansed of these sins and that she can revert back to her old self. We of course know that this isn't possible and that Shakespeare is actually utilising her insanity as a warning to the audience of the consequences of regicide. A really good link is you could definitely link Come Thick Night, her calling upon the spirits, and then her state in Act 5 of her being like mentally fragmented and a shell of her former self. Okay guys, so that was my 5 top quotes for Lady Macbeth. I'm more than happy to do a video going into a bit more depth for each quote. But of course, if you want the in-depth grade 9 analysis on all of these and Lady Macbeth in Act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, key themes, grade 9 essays on her, keywords, it of course is all on the Light Up Hub. But do comment below guys, any video suggestions you want, and we will definitely take those on board and see if we can make those videos. So don't forget, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video and you are as prepared as possible for your GCSE English. I'll see you in the next video guys. See you later. Bye.